Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Farm Life here, and in this video I'm going to be working on the front hub and the tires for the front of the 4610. Right now I'm letting the air out of the tires, and I tried using the hammer to debeat them, but they were on there pretty tight, so as you can see through the door, kind of see it anyways. I'm using the skid loader to do that. The only thing with that is you got to be careful that you don't catch and bend the rim. Other than that, it works great because it weighs a lot more than I can swing. In that 1 gallon jug there is some soapy water, just some dish soap mixed with water. It acts as a really good lubricant to take tires off. And right there I'm kind of struggling with the tube because after they've been in there a while, they stick themselves hard to the tire and to the rim. And it's really hard on your hands to try and pull them out. Now I've got my little sister here, and she's putting together a calf cart while I'm still working on the tires. As you can see, I got working on the second one now. We're saving these because they're not bad, but we wanted to put new on just because we were doing all the work to the tractor. One was worn down, one was not as much, and that was from the front end being wore out. So we just figured we'd put new ones on and we'll save the old ones. Calf cart there, that is to aid if we gotta work with the calves out in the hutches. We don't have a way to hold on to them because they are very energetic and they get away from you very easy. So that just helps us out a little bit if we need to treat them or anything like that. So now I'm getting the hub out for the front axle there, and right now I got it outside. I'm pressure washing all the old grease out of it because you don't really want that in there. It makes it hard to see what you're doing. It makes it slippery, and it's just old grease. So there I'm blowing it dry with the air hose and pounding out the old races, which actually came out pretty easy. I was kind of surprised. Sometimes you have to weld them, and what the welding does is it makes the race contract so it gets smaller, and then it'll drop right out of wherever it's in. I have found sometimes with the punches you have to run them on the grinder a little bit and square up the edges if the edges are smushed a little bit. So right there, what I'm doing with that white cone shaped thing is that's a bearing packer, and you put the bearing on it, spin it down tight, and then you pump grease into it, and it fills the bearing with grease so that it doesn't run dry. There I'm just cleaning that part up, and occasionally I had to help Allison put some parts together because things need to be pushed and pulled on that. There I am putting the cap back on the front of the hub and filling it up with grease. And tightening it down there with a crescent wrench. Make sure it doesn't get away. I wanted to make sure everything was tight before I painted it, because when you use wrenches and stuff and force, it chips the paint off really easy. It doesn't matter if it's how long it's dried for, it'll chip it. Putting some more grease in it right now just to make sure I get it good and full. As you can see, we've almost finished with the calf cart off there to the side. She's just working on the handle now, and she needed a little bit of a hand with that, lining it up and whatnot. Our old calf cart, it just got worn out, rotted out a little bit on the tin there, and the tires were not solid like these new ones are, so they would fall off all the time off the bead. And that's going to do it, folks. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.